Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. You know, I get a lot of requests for making things out of duct tape, and one of the biggest requests I get is a phone case. So I've come up with a phone case for you that has a hook so that you can hook it to your pants, in my case, my overalls. And it's also got a little jack place, a little hole there for you to put your jack in so that you can listen with your earbuds and protect your phone at the same time. So I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. Now you're going to need a couple tools for this, and you are going to need some serious tools. And you may, if you are younger, you might need an adult's help for part of this. You're going to need a hanger. You're going to need some scissors. Now you're going to need a pair of wire cutters. These are very, very important. You're going to need a hole punch. And if you've got them, needle nose pliers are really helpful. I've also got my phone so that I can use it for measuring, and I've got handy dandy pen and of course duct tape. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a piece of duct tape fabric. Now I've already made my piece of duct tape fabric. It needs to be 3 inches wide by, I've made mine 16 inches long. You want to make it a little bit longer than shorter because you don't know what size your phone is going to be, and I'll show you how you're going to measure that in just a second. But I always make mine a little longer than shorter. So I've made mine 16 inches long by 3 inches wide. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how big I need to make this. So I'm going to take my phone, I place it at the edge, and I'm going to flip it. 1, up and over, 2, that's going to give me my pouch. Then I need my flap that's going to protect everything. So I'm going to flip it up and over 1 more time. That's going to give me the distance that I need. So I'm going to mark the spot with just a little tiny dot, and I'm going to cut this excess off. Now the nice thing is that I'm going to actually use this little bit of excess later on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to place it in the center here, and I'm going to fold it up to where I want the edge of my pouch to be. I like to leave a little bit at the top here, and the reason I like to do that is that it makes it easier for when I need to get my phone out of the pouch, I have something to grab. But you know, you may want to have it all the way in. But I'm going to mark mine so it's just a tiny bit down, just right there, and I'm going to mark it with a little itty bitty dot right there. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to figure an inch down. This is going to be for where I'm going to place my, my hook. So I'm going to figure about an inch down from here, and I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to mark it. Now I'd like the red to be on the inside, so I want the purple on the outside, so I'm going to actually flip it over here. Kept my finger right in the center, right where that point is, and I'm just going to mark it. And now I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to give this a little snip with my scissors. This is where I'm going to put my hook when I get it all done. So I just made a little slip there. As you can see. Can you see that little hole? Made a little hole. Okay, now I'm going to put this off to the side because now I'm going to make my hook. Now this is where we're going to need these. And these are wire cutters. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hanger, kind of squeeze it together, and I'm going to measure down about like 3-4 inches here. Just about there. 4 inches is probably good. Right there. Cut that. Now that's going to need some strength. So if you're younger, just grab an adult to help you do this part. Now I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm going to squeeze this together. And now what I want to do is I want to protect this end because this end is going to go in my phone case and I don't want it to scratch my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this end here with some tape. It doesn't need to be a ton of tape, but it does want to cover up those sharp edges. So I'm going to just take it like this and I'm going to fold it over, wrap it around, fold it over, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. And I'm going to take maybe this little extra bit off because I don't need that. So let me find my scissors here. Now see, you can see I don't have any pointy edges that can get to my phone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these needle nose pliers And I'm going to go about halfway, and I'm just going to fold this in half with my needle nose pliers. Again, this might take a little bit of strength, so adults, if you can help out here, this would be great, or teenage brothers and sisters or teenage friends, if you can help out here, this would be great. Okay, so now I've got my little hook, and it's protected, so it won't hurt my phone. Now remember, I said that I want my purple on the outside, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little hooky, and I'm going to slide that protected edge in, and I'm going to flip it over here, and get some tape, and I'm going to tape it in. Now the thing about this is I can tape everything. Every part of this can get taped. Whoops. And what I realize is I should have my red tape, and I don't have my red tape. So let me grab my red tape, because I don't want this to show. So I'm going to actually grab my red tape here, and it's a good thing actually to make this as secure as possible. So I like a couple layers of this is really good, because again, you want to keep it nice and tight so that it's solid in there and it isn't going to slip out, but you also want to make sure that it's not going to scratch your phone. Your parents wouldn't like that very much. Okay, all right, there we go. Now, I can also put a little tiny piece of purple. Put a little piece of purple. I'm going to slide it up underneath my little hook right there. And now that's nice and sturdy. Okay, now I'm going to make my pouch. Uh-oh, you know what I realized? Oh, there it is. I thought I covered up my mark, but it's right there. Okay, so there's my mark. What I'm going to do is just going to fold this purple edge right up to my mark. Now I'm going to, since I have my red here, I'm going to make a little bit of patterny decor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold this up, and I'm going to use red. And what I've done is I've taken my strip of duct tape and ripped it in half. Just place it along the edge here. Fold it over. And there we go. I'm going to leave this part for now. I'm going to do the other side. Sealing this edge. Create the pouch. There we go. So now I'm going to cut this end off here because I don't need this. Cut this end off here because I don't need that. Now, for my phone, I actually want to create a pooched pocket. Well, I call it a pooched pocket. So what I'm going to do is pinch this end here, and you'll see how it makes a little triangle. See if I pinch it like that? Now, to make sure that I get it nice and tight, what I'm going to do is slip my phone in so that I have something to work against. So I'm going to pooch my pocket here like this. And I'm going to take a little bit more of this red tape, rip it in half again. I'm going to pooch that pocket, and whoop. Oh, I got it a little off there. There we go. Pooch my pocket and tape it. Do the same thing on the other side. Pinch that. See how I've pinched that there? Fold it down. Take my tape. And there I have it. Voila! Now, I want to make my little holder, and I'm going to need like a little strip here. So do you remember when I said we've got that little extra bit? Well, I'm going to use it right here. So all I'm going to do is cut a little of this off, about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Depends on how thick you want to make it. It's up to you. And I'm just going to place this right here. Now I can take my phone out. I'm going to use this red again. And I just place one piece here, like that, and one piece here, like that. Okay, and now I'm going to create the top part. Now, if you notice here, this pooch has made, this is a little too big, this top piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually cut to the pooch line, like that, and cut to the pooch line on here, like that. And then I'm just going to cut straight on down till it meets up with the pooch line. There, straight on down, meet up with the pooch line. And see if I put my phone in, this slides right on in. Like that. Now, if you want to, you can make this circular, so it's a little fancier than a straight edge. So I just cut that like that. Okay, now, very important. Music is really important. So I've got to figure out where my little hole is for my jack. So I'm going to feel along here, and I find the hole, and then I'm just going to push down. See, if I push down like that, I indent a little hole there. Pull it out. And I'm going to take my ka-chunk-ka-chunker, hole puncher, feed it into there, find that little spot, ka-chunk-ka-chunk, pull it out, push it down in, and check this out, you guys. Take my little earbud plug. There goes the jack. There goes the buds. There goes the clip. And I am ready to rock and roll. For more fun ideas that you've sent to me and inspired me to create, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com. Oh yeah.